Do you want to stop living from paycheck to paycheck and feel like wealth is just a dream? Prepare to change your life, reach your full potential, and finally understand what it takes to become truly wealthy. Based on the timeless teachings of Miyamoto Musashi, one of the best warriors and thinkers in history, this video will show you the mindset shift that separates the rich from the poor. Lesson 1. Think abundance. See what you can't see with your eyes. Musashi once said, "This is what it means to think wealth." A lot of people live their lives stuck in the idea that there isn't enough money, time, or chances. But rich people have a different view. They see plenty everywhere. They know that the world is full of things that can be used, opportunities, and money that can be made. You need to stop thinking about what you don't have and start thinking about what you can make. That's not naive hope. That's the faith of a warrior in their own strength. Musashi thought that the way to be a fighter was to believe that the mind and spirit could do anything. What you think is possible is the only thing that can stop you. If you have an abundance attitude, you think there are lots of chances to do great things. There is always a way to improve. We can learn from every mistake. Every day is a new chance. You stop comparing yourself to others when you think about having enough. Don't hold on to what you have. Instead, you learn to believe that more will come and give free of charge. Think about what Musashi would have done if he had thought about lack. Would he have been afraid to fight? Not at all. He saw every attack as a chance to get better, not just a chance to win. Also, you should go into every financial choice with an open mind and the belief that the world has enough money for you. It's not just about money to be abundant. It's a faith in the fullness of life, including facts, people, and chances. If you change your attention from what you can't do to what you can, you'll start to see doors waiting to be opened instead of things that are blocking your way. This will make you richer. Musashi tells us that the road of a warrior is one of constant growth. If you think about having plenty, you'll draw the money you want. Lesson 2. Embrace risk. You must understand that there is more than one way to reach the top of the mountain, Musashi tells us. When it comes to money, this knowledge is very useful. There is no one surefire way to get rich. One thing is certain though, you have to take chances. Most people try to stay safe. They don't want to fail, so they stay small. But the truth is that there is no reward without danger. People who were brave enough to step into the unknown made all of their wealth. Musashi knew this very well. If you hesitate in battle, you will lose. In the same way, doubt is poverty in wealth. You have to change how you see risk before you can accept it. Risk is not danger, it's a chance. If you take a risk, you learn something. Every loss makes you better. Musashi fought many fights without knowing if he would win or lose. He was afraid, but he never let it stop him. He planned ahead, took risks, and learned from every experience. In terms of money, this means being ready to make investments, start a business, get better at old skills, and take advantage of chances. You could lose, you could fail. The way to wealth, on the other hand, is not built with certainty, but with courage. If you play it safe, you'll get average results. On the other hand, taking smart chances can lead to wealth. Musashi says that you can become a master by doing things, not by reading about them. You have to do something to get control of your money. Trust that you can handle what comes your way and be ready to face the unknown. Rich people think this way. They are not careless, but they are brave. So, think of Musashi the next time you're scared of taking a chance. The brave doesn't worry about what might happen. The fighter knows that brave people tend to be lucky. Take risks, and you'll find chances you never thought possible. Lesson 3. Focus on value. Musashi thought that the real way is not about how something looks or how flashy its methods are, but about what it means. Do nothing that is useless, he wrote. This is a great way to describe wealthy people. They focus on making things valuable. They don't just want money for the sake of it. Their main goals are to solve issues, help others, and create something that will last. Whether they are a business owner, an investor, or a creator, all rich people do one thing. They give something of value. You will draw more wealth if you add more value to the world. That easy. The lessons that Musashi taught us help us hear what's important. If you don't want to get rich quickly, don't waste your time on stupid things. Pay attention to your skill instead. Work on getting better at what you do. Try to help other people more than anyone else. The change in attitude is from trying to make money to making things that are valuable. Value makes you think about the long run. You work on your skills. You connect with people. You get things done. Musashi trained hard, but not to become famous. He did it because he loved mastering the sword. It's the same with money. If you are good at what you do, money will come your way. In a world full of people who only want to take, give to stand out. Every day, ask yourself, how can I be more useful? How can I make today better for someone? This change in thinking changes everything. It makes you very important. It brings possibilities your way. It also makes you rich in goals and effects, not just money. Musashi tells us that the way to get rich is to get control. Value is the key to making a wealth that lasts. Lesson 4. Invest in yourself. Musashi said, the main goal of martial arts is to make you not need to use them. Being so strong and smart that you don't have to prove yourself very often is what this means. In the same way, investing in yourself is the first step to getting rich. Most people think about things outside of themselves, like the stock market, real estate, and business plans. You are, however, the most valuable thing you own. Your thoughts, your abilities, and the things you do every day. People who are ready to handle their wealth will get it. No matter how much money you win, you'll still lose it all if you don't grow. Musashi's life shows how important it is to put yourself first. He learned more than just how to use a sword. He also learned theory, strategy, art, and calligraphy. He became very good at many things. But because he knew that the ability to change, think, and make things in any setting is what makes a warrior. You need to see yourself as the best investment if you want to change how you think. Every book you read, class you take, and skill you learn adds up over time. Spend money on your health, your education, and your network. Become so useful that chances will come to you. This way of thinking also keeps you safe from fear. You'll feel more confident as you put more into yourself. You learn to be flexible, strong, and artistic. You can keep going even if the economy is bad or you lose your job, because you have the skills to make something valuable anywhere. Musashi teaches that getting ready is the key to winning. Today, put money into yourself, and tomorrow you'll be ready for the difficulties that lie ahead. Being wealthy isn't a coincidence. It comes from having a strong, capable, and always learning mind. Focus on investing in yourself first, and money will come to you. Lesson 5. Delayed gratification. Think little of yourself and much of the world, Musashi said. This wisdom tells us to look past our short-term wants and concentrate on what really counts. This lesson is very important on the way to becoming wealthy. Delaying pleasure is the key to lasting wealth. A lot of people want everything now. They want the new car, the fancy trip, and the pleasure right away. To think this way is a trap, though. Rich people know that it takes time to get ahead. They don't spend all of their money today because they're saving for tomorrow. Musashi was known for being very disciplined. He would train for years, getting better at the same skill, never in a hurry and never looking for quick rewards. Understand that real mastery and real wealth take time. This is the attitude shift. You have to be ready to give up short-term pleasure for long-term gain. In other words, it means living on less money than you make. Putting money into something instead of spending it. Saying no to things that aren't important lets you say yes to your future. Delaying pleasure is not a sign of hardship, it's a sign of wisdom. It means knowing that the freedom of later is much more important than the pleasure of now. Musashi shows us how to see the big picture and think deeply about the world. You plant a seed every time you save $1 or spend it. It may not bloom right now, but if you give it time and care, it will grow into something huge. If you can practice delayed satisfaction, you can stop thinking like a consumer. Stop looking for the next cool thing and start making real money. The fighter doesn't want to be comfortable, he wants to grow. Getting rich gives you freedom. Freedom with your money, freedom with your time, and freedom to live your life the way you want to. Musashi tells us that patience is the key to both being a good fighter and getting rich. If you learn to wait, you will get rich and keep it for life. Lesson 6. Musashi said once, "It is difficult to understand the universe if you only study one planet." That is, to really master something, you need to look at it from many angles. And when it comes to money, one of those angles is the idea of ownership. This is the next big change in how people think. Rich people focus on having instead of renting. To be clear, renting isn't just for rooms or houses. It's a sign of short-term access. You pay someone else to use their things when you rent them. Rich people know this. They know that the only way to get rich is to own things that can make you money, like a business, real estate, intellectual property, or investments that will grow over time. This lesson can be learned from Musashi's life. No one let him use their knives or teach them how to fight. He was good at what he did. He studied hard all the time, came up with his own way, and took charge of his own life. In the same way, if you only rent, whether it's a house, a car, or a job, you are dependent on other people. When you own something, you have power over it, which makes you rich. You decide how much money comes in when you own a business. When you own land, it goes up in value, which is good for you. You make something that can make you money long after you stop working when you own intellectual property, like a book, a course, or an idea. Musashi's plan was to put himself in a situation where he could win. He was in charge of the fight. In the world of wealth, having something gives you an edge. It means the difference between short-term life and long-term success. The poor think about their ability to get things like, can I pay the bill this month? Rich people think about what they can own that will make them money for years to come. This change in thinking needs discipline. It might mean giving up short-term pleasures to spend in things that will last. But Musashi taught that a fighter must put up with pain in the short term in order to win in the long term. Try to buy instead of rent. Don't build risks, build assets. You'll also learn that what you own and make is what makes you rich, not what you buy. Lesson 7. Stay persistent. Musashi's Book of 5 Rings talks a lot about how important it is to keep trying until you get good at something. Musashi showed us that if you want to get rich, you have to think like a fighter. Even though he had to deal with loss, pain, and hard times, Musashi never gave up when things went wrong. Rich people think this way because they keep learning, getting better, and adding to what they already know over time. Musashi's teachings stress the value of always getting better, since every day is a chance to get better, sharpen skills, and learn from mistakes. Getting rich takes time. You can't get rich quickly. You have to show up every day, do the work, and be patient. When you're down, remember Musashi's words and don't give up or settle for less than your best. Your superpower is persistence, which helps you get through problems and failures and turns small efforts into big results over time. The change in attitude is simple but powerful. Money doesn't come to the lucky, it comes to those who work hard.